Going in, look like it's snowing, man. See me on the highway, they calling me the project. Then they see me passing by, now they call me the project. See me when I drive, but they calling me the driveway. And I got a swing, man, this Texas is the driveway. Damn, mama doing thing. And I'm gonna smoke that crib. They calling me Moses every time they see me. I'm burn the bush, burn the bush, burn the bush. Tell me that's like Turner Kush. Tell me that's like Turner Kush. Boy, you smoking Reggie Bush. Boy, you smoking Reggie Bush. I'm chilling with you.
What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay, late night NBA Talk with Jay. Got to do a show for the members. One time, man. I appreciate you guys for showing support to the channel. Even the ones that don't show support to the channel, they still support just by watching the show. But with you guys being members, I really do appreciate y'all. It really does go a long way. Makes me want to do this even when I don't feel like doing it, my guys. So shout out to y'all just making these banners real quick, man. I hope everybody had a great day, man. Went to the gym, worked out super hard. All that good stuff, man. Back at the house doing the show, finna do another show right after this one as well, man. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like the show, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you like the info, you appreciate the info that I go in here and give out every single day, my guys. Let's get straight to it in this one. I ain't here to waste your time, and I only got like 20 minutes as well. No, that's a fact there, Paul. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I hate that I hate the Nuggets so much. Obviously, I need the Raptors to go under their season win total. It's like the Nuggets know. It's like the Nuggets know whenever I have money or against them, and they're just like, fuck you, Jay. That's every single time. It's just like fuck. It's just like there's like a huge fuck you to me, man. I can't stand that fucking team. I'll be perfect. I hate the Nuggets. I'm gonna start going to their games and really like heckling their players, their fans, just trying to get into it with any and everybody. That's how much I hate the Nuggets, man. And they hate me back as well. But it's all love. It's all positive. Outside of that, it's all positive vibes. Let me break down these games and get up out of here. I had forgot to make the banner, so just trying to do that really quick here. One more. We don't have the Celtics and Jazz line, so I guess I won't be able to go through that one. But let's get straight to it in this one, man. Y'all hit the like button for me one time for the one time. All right, bet. All right, I'm ready now. All right, first game up. Let's go over to the streets of New York in this one, man. We got the Knicks. Laying 4.5 points. It's moving up now. I did take the Knicks minus 4.5. It's moving up to 5.5 already, man. So it's moving kind of fast here, but I like the Knicks in this spot, bounce back spot. Now they just played like a 90s style type of game, man. Let me put my glass on so y'all can't see where my eyes going. They just played like a 90s style type of game, man. Man, these motherfuckers played 79 to 71 in that game. 79 to 73, guys. The Sixers won as 7-point underdogs. Tyrese Maxey is coming back for this game from concussion protocol, but I'm also expecting OG Anunoby to come back in this game as well. This is a big spot for the Knicks, who they're only 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games, but so are the Philadelphia 76ers. They're only 3-7 as well in their last 10 games, 4-6 straight up. And same thing with the Knicks as well. Both teams 4-6 straight up, but this is the 4th straight home game for the Knicks. I expect these guys to come out here pissed early and often. Like, I don't take first quarters anymore, or first halves for that matter, but I do feel like this could possibly be a trifecta spot for the Knicks here. And they got to come out in this one pissed off. They got to play a lot better defense as well. Jalen Brunson said that he played like shit. They probably know that they're going to try to put Kelly Oubre on him once again. Obviously, if OG Anunoby comes back in this game, it's going to make a world of difference here. And I do think that he possibly comes back here, man. So I like the Knicks in this spot. This should be an early and often spot for the New York Knicks here. Obviously, revenge spot back at home and home type of game. Series, bounce back J spot, revenge game J spot, and 4th straight home game. I think the Knicks come out here early and often and smack these Sixers up, even though Tyrese Maxey is back. I like the Knicks in this spot, 4.5. That's probably the top spot of the day. I don't love the card, but I did put a little something on the Knicks minus the 4.5. let's go over here to the streets of Memphis in this one, guys. And shout out to you guys for watching this show because this one will not make the regular 1 p.m. show tomorrow. I'm telling you that right now. I don't give a damn who feels what type of way about it. Why are you not going through all the games? Because I don't suggest you bet on this game. That's simple. Grizzlies getting 1.5 at the house versus the Wizards. Neither one of these teams want to win the game. Like when I say it's a 1-800 number, 1-800 gambler game, I'm telling you that I know that these are two teams that would, if they could both lose this game, they would definitely fucking do it. Like if they could go for a tie here, they'd be like, sign me up for this shit right now. They won't come out and say it, but this is something that I've figured out with the NBA, especially over the last 3 years, my guys. So it's crazy because the Wizards already beat them earlier this year, 113-106. The Grizzlies and the Wizards are coming off a win as well. They're coming. Oh, okay, boy. Oh, Lord. The Wizards are coming off back-to-back wins. There's no way in hell, man. Now, Triple J is sitting this one out for the Grizzlies. If you guys know, you know. I kind of told you about what they do with Triple J. He's nothing is wrong with his fucking quad. I'm telling you that right now. But I tell you, whenever they ruling Triple J out, I'm just saying, man, it's not me. It's just the facts. You see what I'm saying? You don't gotta get mad at me. But the Grizzlies are coming off back-to-back losses. They've lost their last 5 home games, so maybe they want to try to get a win here. Obviously, they're not as down as far as tanking as the Wizards are, but they still don't want many more wins for the rest of the season, as you can see by Triple. Like if the Grizzlies were really like wanted to win, Triple J would be playing this game. It's really that simple. I kind of feel like this is an over game. I don't play a lot of totals, and this was at 218. It's coming down to like 217, 216 and a half. The Wizards don't have a center out there. I know Rashard Holmes, it's questionable, but even if he does play, they got Kuzma at the center. He's like 6'9", 6'10 at the best, and he's not a shot blocker. But the Wizards' offense has been ass, and the Grizzlies, they've been needing Triple J's offense as well. But defensively, Triple J kind of just stands by the goal and then just kind of plays rover, kind of play like free safety. I feel like the Grizzlies' defense is really going to take a hit there. It's just hard to take over because neither one of these teams want to win, but I just feel like this might be like a pickup style type of game. Sometimes when neither team wants to win, they'll slow it down and try to play methodical basketball, BS around on offense, which is not necessarily the players, the guys that don't want to win. It's mainly like the management. But the Wizards, they kind of know what's going on. Like I remember Kuzma said at the early beginning of the season, we're not going to win many games, but we can't be losing like that. I should have took their season win total under. Then when he said that shit, man, that was like the second, third game in the season when they got smoked. But regardless, I'd lean to the over here. If I had to bet it, I'd probably say Grizzlies, especially with the Wizards coming off back-to-back wins. But like, I mean, this is a true gamble right here, guys. True gamble. I'd lean to the over if I had to bet it, but I suggest staying off the game. Let's go over to the streets of Oklahoma City in this one. Thunder laying 6.5 points at the house versus the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, they knew that they were BSing. I really liked what I saw in that Magic game. They got down they were down 13-14 within the quickness. They were only scored 18 points in the first quarter, had like 26 points midway through the second quarter, and then they just turned it on. They were down by 4 at the half, and I said, these motherfuckers finna come back and smack the Magic up. They end up winning that game by 14 points, guys. The Pacers, I think the vibes are back with the Pacers. We might make some money with this team in the next few games in this one, and I hope it starts here. Obviously, the Thunder is really tough to bet against this team, especially at the house. This is where they ball out. Now, they are only 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. They have won 8 of the last 10. I'm really intrigued to see what's happened with Jalen Williams. He's probably the second most important player. I mean, maybe third. Obviously, SGA is the number one and more important player. You can say Chet Holmgren is number 2, but right, I mean 2A and 2B is Jalen Williams. The guy is like, he really could be in the conversation for most improved player. But it's just the awards don't work out like that. You got to be in the conversation the year before and then come close to win it, and then the next year, you see what I'm saying, you got to take another leap. So if Jalen Williams doesn't play in this game, I'm taking the Pacers. I'm telling you that right now. It's really hard to fade the Thunder at the house, but I do believe that with the way that these two teams match up, and if the Thunder are missing their third best player, I think this is a game that's gonna matter here. The Thunder got a big look ahead spot to the Mavs their next game as well. Last time they faced off against the Mavs, they lost by 35 points, and I want to take the Thunder in that game versus the Mavs as well. But I'd like to see the Thunder lose this game outright. Let's see what's up with Jalen Williams. He did turn his ankle in the last game. I'd like to take the Pacers plus the 6.5. I'm leaning that way. like I said, it's really tough to go against OKC, but the Pacers are like when they're in their groove and when Tyrese Halliburton is balling. And remember, they went and got Siakam because they're not bullshitting around this season. And I remember looking at the last game, and then I damn near forgot they had Siakam. I'm like, oh yeah, they finna come into play versus these Magic and double revenge spots. So I do lean to the Pacers here, plus 6.5. We'll see what's up with Jalen Williams. I'm telling you right now, if he's out, that's gonna push me over the edge to take the Pacers here, plus the 6.5. The Thunder are a great team. SGA is going for MVP heavily. Unfortunately, he only played like 27 minutes last game. He didn't get over his 30.5, but this is going to be a fast-paced game. Depends on if they put or not Nimhard. Nimhard can play defense too, but Neesmith. They got two really great defenders they could throw at SGA. I still lean his points over, but the Pacers do have a few guys that they can throw at SGA. It better not be Halliburton because SGA will cook his ass. But Neesmith and Andrew Nimhard, they could put both of those guys on SGA and really kind of fuck with him, man. You could possibly even throw Siakam on him as well. So they got some defenders over there, the Pacers, even though they're an offensive team. I lean towards Pacers plus the 6.5 there. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio in this one. You know what? I kind of thought, oh shit, Nuggets got down to 9. I kind of figured that something would happen. I said, I feel like the Warriors probably gonna get it done today. And then like when Wemby comes back, everybody, oh, okay, Wemby back. Let's take the Spurs on. So, well, you fucking lost. They lost. And they were talking shit. I seen them talking shit in the chat. But I kind of thought, I was like, the Spurs might mess around and lose versus the Warriors when Wemby's in. I think he's expected to be out in this game and watch the Spurs mess around and take some people money. Now, obviously the Spurs are a tanking team as well. It's tough to bet them and say, hey, and have confidence that they're going to win. This is a double revenge spot for the Spurs. So they won the first matchup this season in San Antonio, 126-122 in overtime. Then they lost 2 matchups in Houston. So it's still double revenge spot. And the Rockets won't have their Jokic right here. Şengün might even be out for the rest of the season. So they got 18 games left. Nah, he might be out. He might miss like 7-10 games, but he has a really bad bone, which that's good because it looked like Şengün had fucking broke a kneecap. It looked like he tore his ACL, MCL, all this shit, man. So the fact that it's just a bone bruise and a sprained ankle is actually really good news for the Rockets, but he might not be right for the rest of the season. Rockets aren't making the playoffs. There's no real point to rush him back, but I do feel like they're going to miss him this game. Now, the props aren't out yet, and I'm just saying the props was kind of cooking today. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? But you did what I'm saying, though. Bruce Brown, I mean, shit, he already didn't cash that shit. The Sunu went over at 22.5, barely, but he went over it as well, even though he was minus 31. But I feel like Van Fleet over his assists is a really good look here. He's had 8, 10. I believe he's had 8, 10, 9, 10 and 11 in his last 5 games. So if his assist rate is like, if his assists are like at 7.5, you got to look at Van Fleet's assists. It's gonna go up without Şengün. That means so Van Fleet has already had 8+ assists in his last 5 games, and he's averaged 9 assists versus the Rockets versus the Spurs this season as well. He has 27 total assists in 3 games. He's averaging 9 assists versus this team. If Wemby's not out there, that's gonna be a little bit better offensively for the Rockets. And without Şengün, remember they run a pick and roll with Şengün at the top of the key. He's kind of like their Jokic. Without that, the ball's going to be in Van Fleet's hands a whole lot more. So that's actually what I'm looking at in this game. I can't find props anywhere, to be honest with you, but I do think Van Fleet over, like, I don't know what it is yet, but if it's 7.5 or lower, I think that Van Fleet assist is going to be cooking. And I don't think Wemby's expected to play here, but some tells me Spurs plus 3.5, they might take everybody's money here. Wemby's out. All right, boom, we're going to fade them. They just lost to the Warriors. Like, everybody that took the Spurs today is going to want to fade them tomorrow. And then I think sometimes it just be like that. It's shit flip-flops, man. Wemby come back, they lose by double digits. Wemby's out, they mess around and win, guys. So the slightest leans to the Spurs, but I do think Van Fleet over his assist is a top look in this game. Let's go over to the streets of LA. I don't really have much to say about this game right now. Obviously, you got Kawhi on the injury report. You got Paul George on the injury report. You got Anthony Edwards, Monte Morris, Kyle Anderson, and Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, I don't know if I said one of them twice. Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, Kyle Anderson, and Monte Morris. Four main players on the Wolves on their injury report. Obviously the Clippers want some revenge versus the Wolves. Y'all remember Ant was calling them old and all that type of shit. The Wolves won the first couple matchups this season. Then the Clippers just won in a shocker 89-88. Won that one as underdogs. Let me see. Was that the game? Was Cat out? I think that's the game Cat might have got hurt. Maybe. But a Cat did play in that game. He had 18 points. So obviously you need Paul George, you need Kawhi in there. I'd like to say I lean to the Clippers. The Wolves have been playing a ton of games in a ton of days. They just traveled from East to West Coast. They're only 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games. It's a tough one because I can't lay 6.5 without knowing for a fact that Kawhi and PG are out there, guys. So it's a real simple game for right now. It's a kind of wait and see. I would lean to the Clippers, but the Wolves still have a really great defense. Their offense is not that great. I'm watching Anthony Edwards dribble the ball around and shit. They're going to start to miss Carlton Towns like a ton. And the Clippers probably want to even up this season series as well. And if they want to make the number 1 seed, have any chance, this is almost like a must-win spot for the Clippers if you want to get that number 1 seed, which they're not out of it. They're 2.5 games back out of the number 1 seed. Well, they obviously the Thunder are in front of them, in front of the Wolves, but you still want to win this game and put the Wolves down even further, guys. So definitely need to see what's up with who's playing that one. The total is not 231. It's the total is 217, my guys. The total 217. That was damn, boy. The Nuggets could come back and beat them motherfuckers, man. Please. Bruce Brown went over his shit, though, so it's all good. Last game, let's go over to the streets of Sacramento on this one. Kings getting 3 points at the house versus the Bucks. The Bucks have fucking owned these guys, and it's crazy because this line opened up at -1. Guys, the Bucks have beaten them like 17 or 18 straight times. They've absolutely owned the Kings. And the one time the Kings had a chance to beat them in Milwaukee, January 14th. Let me see. I think Giannis or somebody was out in this game. Giannis played. Damian Lillard played as well. Somebody was out in that game. It might have just been Bokamp, but the Kings came really close to beating the Bucks there, man. It was crazy. So at some point, the Kings are going to get over that hump. I don't know if it's going to be here. Obviously, Giannis is way too much for him for guys like Sabonis down low. Even Damian Lillard is way too much for these guys. Now, the Bucks are only 1-2 so far on this road trip, so I'm sure they'd like to go 2-2 to even things up. It's just crazy, man, because if the Bucks had lost their last game, I was going to be going heavy on them here versus the Kings. I'm still kind of down on the Kings. I don't think they're that good. You see them just lose by 8 to the Rockets there. This is their 3rd straight home game, but I know like when a team has lost 16, 17 straight to a team, it's really tough. And the last one, I believe it was some fishy shit going on at the end as well. They probably should have beaten the Bucks in the last time. It went to overtime. They lost by 1 point, 143-142. So, Kings do play better at the house. I don't know. The fact that they've lost 16-17, it does make me want to lean Kings, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's just a tough game, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I could see the game going either way, to be perfectly honest with you. It could low-key be an under. Now, let me see if this total is right. Yeah, so this total is like 237, 238. This could be an under spot because if the Kings want to play well, they got to come in here and play defense. We know that the Bucks has been playing a lot better defense as well. I feel like this game goes under, man. Dame hit a game winner in that matchup. That's a fact. That's a fact right there, man. I feel like this game's going under, man. This might be a playoff style type of game right here, to be perfectly honest with you. I'd lean to the under, or rather than trying to figure out, like, the Bucks are the better team, but the Kings have major motivation, if that makes sense. And they're coming off a bad loss as well. And it's their 3rd straight home game. I think under 237 is a really good look there, to be perfectly honest with you guys. But it's time to get out of here. Got to go do this show with Action Network as well, Ben. So Knicks -4.5. That's the only thing that I've bet so far. It's not a major play for me. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of sprinkles some on it, man. But Knicks -4.5. I do think there's a real possibility that they could cover the trifecta spot, to be perfectly honest with you. Wizards, Grizzlies, if I was to bet the game, I would go ahead and take the over. Pacers, Thunder, waiting on the news of Jalen Williams. If he's out, I'm putting some on the Pacers, man. It is what it is. I do think that they can match up with the Thunder. They got the offense. They can stay with these guys as well. And the Pacers sneakily could actually play a little bit of defense when they're really locked in. Jalen Williams is out. I'm taking the Pacers right there. And Jalen Williams might not even move the spread a ton. He might not even move the spread a whole lot like he Chet or SGA, but he means I'd say he means like at least 3 points to the Thunder over there, but I'd lean to the Pacers there. Spurs Rockets, I'd look towards Van Fleet over his assists in there, and don't be surprised if the Spurs shock the world and take everybody's money. Wolves Clippers, not really sure, to be honest with you. Got to wait on Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. It is a must-win spot for the Clippers if they want to try and get the number one seed. And then the Bucks Kings, I heavily lean to the under 237 in that game, guys. That's the show, man. It's all love. I appreciate all you guys in the chat. I appreciate y'all for being members. I appreciate y'all for showing support to the channel. It goes a long way. Even days that I don't feel like doing shows, and I'm like, damn, I gotta do something for the members, man. I gotta do something for them. They support me, I gotta support them as well, man. So it's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. No, I'm not on the Pacers now, my guy. I do heavily lean that way, but that's one that's like contingent on. That one's on, like, if Jalen Williams is out, that's going to push me over the edge. I heavily lean to the Pacers plus the 6.5. I can't talk you off taking the 6.5 right now, but it's one of those, like, I lean it heavily, and then if Jalen Williams is out, that's going to push me over the edge to take them. You see what I'm saying? So it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, even though y'all remember, still hit the like button, share the show, all that good stuff. Type "we will win" in the chat. It's all positive vibes. It's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, my guys. Let's go. This cash.